Thank you. Good evening. Welcome to my movie. Okay. It's a long time since I was here. And of course, the first thing I remember when I drive into this town is the wild times we had. I can't see you, but I guess there are a few people from those days, huh? Yeah. Yes, I remember. Now, there's one thing that you Belgians have to take the responsibility for. Many British musicians got absolutely destroyed on their first night here because you made them drink that bloody Gers. Oh yeah, it's an easy cider, used to say. Go on, have a drink. It's not very strong, it's cider. So what I'm going to try to do tonight is, unlike a normal performance of a collection of songs, I'm trying to make a journey from when I started on the beach in Brighton and through the travels that I made in various countries, of how one's life can start and then develop in places one never knew it was going to go. And for me, it started on Brighton Beach when I was 12 or 13, and I watched the jazz bands, the beatniks, who would come down from London on a Sunday afternoon and play on the fish market, on the promenade, on the esplanade. And first of all, the jazz was great. It was mainly traditional jazz. But they would play a set, maybe half an hour, and then the guitarist would come out. Now, it was quite a revolution then to see someone play a guitar and use all their fingers, because mostly guitar players were playing jazz, which was just single note stuff, which to me was absolutely boring. But when I saw someone doing I thought, how do you do that? I mean, it's incredible. I was 12, and then they'd play a bit of ragtime. And so on. So I thought, that's what I want to do. Learn to play guitar like that. But of course, there were no books, there were no DVDs or cassettes teaching you how to play guitar. So I would be the young kid sitting in the front row, watching the guitarist's left hand. And when I would go home that night after the gig, the concert, if I could remember one chord that he played, and then I would practice it for the next 6 months. And so on. So this song comes from that feeling of starting out life as a young teenager and going through the subsequent decades of learning and losing and winning and so on. It's called Brighton Beach. Young girl, so pretty. Young boy, not a hair on his face, looking out at the big wide world. This was their time, this was their place. And he said, one day I will make you mine. We'll be together till the end of time. Brighton Beach in 1959. Young woman, flowers in her hair. young man plays a mean guitar, so cosmic, but this is the 60s. Everything is far out, way too far. Revolution is in the air, but everyone is stoned and they don't care, 'cause it's New York in 1969. Everybody changes as time goes by, but we can make it if we try. Another city, bright lights, winning streak, you're hitting the heights. Another face you wanna get to know. Everybody says it's the way to go. Maybe you came on just a little too strong. Maybe you played too hard and it all went wrong. But it was London town in 1979. Change partners, change of scene. Kids get stuck somewhere in between. No problem, we can work it out. But things get broken and people shout. And she feels guilty thinking she should have stayed. He gets scared 'cause the bills ain't paid. It was somewhere in suburbia in 1989. Everybody changes as time goes by, but we can make it if we try. Take it easy, take it slow. There's not much more you need to know. Looking back on the times you've had, hang on to the good, forget the bad. Take one last look down memory lane. It's good to be starting over again on Brighton Beach in 1999. Brighton Beach in 1999. And this next song is called The Stranger, which I wrote maybe 3 or 4 years ago when I visited Daryl Adams' wife, Danny, who's here tonight. It was just a short time after Daryl had died, and I went to have lunch with Danny. And when I walked into the apartment, Daryl's banjo was still there. And I picked up the banjo, and it was in a modal tuning like this. And started playing it, and this tune came out immediately. I mean, like literally immediately. It's almost as if Daryl was leaning over my shoulder and say, "Yeah, that's the way to do it, son." And it stuck in my mind, and over the next 24 hours I wrote the words as I traveled back to England. It is very much a song about me, about Daryl, about all the traveling musicians that come into your life for a night and then they're gone again the next day. Forever strangers. A stranger came in from the night, and he stood as if lost in a dream. His smile was as sad as a true love denied, and his voice was a song on the wind. I have traveled for many a mile, and my journey I cannot delay. But I must rest for a while, for I'm weary and cold, and tomorrow I'll be on my way. Give me fire to keep out the cold, close the shutters and make fast the door. Give me food for the night and a candle for light. I will make up my bed on the floor. I have nothing to give for my keep, and your favors I cannot repay. But a gift is not measured in silver and gold. It's a memory that's treasured each day. The stranger arose with the dawn, and he shouldered his traveling load. Without making a sound, he took one look around, and the stranger he took to the road. When the cold wind howls in the night, and the rain beats hard on the door, a voice in the wind seems to echo again, and the stranger is traveling once more. When I eventually left home, the first place I went to was Sweden. Now, this is in the 60s, and it was a time of what they called free love. And free love was supposed to exist in Sweden. And I thought, well, I ought to go there because I might be needed. So, it's true, I was 21, and as if they didn't have enough Swedish men themselves, I thought they might need an Englishman to help them. So I took a train and hitched and whatever, and finally arrived in Sweden. And when I landed in Sweden, I had 50p in my pocket, which is €1. And I was there for 3 months. And there's something about being on the road when you've got absolutely no money that teaches you so much about life and how to survive. And it was almost as if I was following the path of previous generations of traveling troubadours who'd gone out on the road just to find out what was happening in the world, and wrote the songs as they went along the way and played them in the streets and in the cafes to earn a bit of money for some food and a couple of drinks or whatever, and then move on, which is exactly what I was doing. As for the free love bit, well, I found out I wasn't needed. They were doing quite well without me. But when you're absolutely broke and you've got no money and you're traveling like that, what's important is the dream has to be really, really strong. It's the dream that carries you through. It's not fame and fortune and all that. It's the dream of playing music. And this is a song about that, hanging on to that precious dream that keeps you going. It's called Running on Dreams. Strike up the fiddle, tune your guitar. It's one more song for a faded star. The night is waiting, the lights are burning low. Take it down easy, take it down slow. You made it look easy when the going was tough. You sailed through the storm and you smoothed out the rough. And the scars of the road are all that's left to show. Take it down easy, take it down slow. Rolling the dice, watching them spin. Every time you lose, you gotta spin them again. Stay in the game and go with the flow. Take it down easy, take it down slow. You could have done better, and there's things you regret. You could have been a contender, you were worth the bet. But it's not for the winning that you play the show. Take it down easy, take it down slow. Running on dreams, you got no time to stay. Time rolls on and it slips away. Nothing to do and there's no place left to go. Take it down easy, take it down slow. Strike up the fiddle, tune your guitar. It's one more song for a faded star. The night is waiting, the lights are burning low. Take it down easy, take it down slow. Down easy, take it down slow. the song The Traveller. So on this, it's around about 70, I think. The chorus says, running fame, lost where he was going and forgot him. Over a stale journey, the traveller was dead, and words of consolation were never heard. He didn't know he was going, just a poem in his mind, all the things he valued behind. Running for money, running for the fame, lost where he was going and forgot his name. Promise and waiting, he should let him on, but only was sitting for what had gone. So he asked the band travelers who turned the other way, and left him in the wilderness to face the day. Running for the money, running for the fame, lost where he was going and got his name. So he went to the desert, where the land lay in waste. He was guided by the blind sun, which burned his face. So he took to the mountains, where the air was fresh and clear. The cold wind chilled body, death near. Running for money, running for fame, lost where he going and forgot his name. So the traveller came home again, an old and feeble man. There was no one there to greet him, everyone had gone. No one left to listen, no one left to hear. Everything had turned to dust, the earth was bare. Running for the money, running for fame, lost where he was going and got his name. Running for the fame, lost where he going and fought him. Thank you. So, it's called The Morning Lies. Morning light heavy on me, Father. I couldn't find time to fall asleep, and I couldn't stop from thinking on it either. Yeah, morning lies on me. He said I wouldn't have to be there till tomorrow. As far as mine, I've really got to see. It's not I know soon to follow, and the moon lies heavy on me. Tell me, who's the one who fights and gun? Is it the men who sit judgment on us all? I would care if it was their lives they were taking. They don't listen or even listen to the call. And Tomorrow I'll be flying from the mainland, joining a new day. So I'll never see homeland, and the morning is heavy on me. And what's left, decent people to be in, it's not a to know be or not be. It's the point, only us that we're to see. The morning lays heavy on me. Tell me who one who fights till he's broken, if the men sit in judgment on us all. I wouldn't care if it was theirs they were taking, but they don't listen or even answer to call. The morning light heavy on me, Father, couldn't find the time to fall asleep. Well, I sang you a song about someone who's just got to war, and I'll give you a song now about someone who came back. This is called The Veteran. I see the echo of 1,000 wars in the face of man. I looked out over the watching crowd, searching for a friend. Sometimes he would see face, then each face looks same, like looking into a mirror, read a different name, a different name. He learned his lessons early, like confirmation under fire. Now his eyes stare in distance, like a prisoner behind her. We are lucky in our fortune, we can turn the other way. But the veteran fights again at night and struggles the day, through the day. When you sing, do you sing for the man who's broken? Do you sing for the man who stands alone? Do you sing for the endless list of names etched in marble stone, etched in marble stone? He back at it, he came back drunk, and he came back crippled, oh, he's in drunk. He came back a hero to wave in for parade. He left with nothing when the glory began to fade, began to fade. So what do you say, a veteran who can't take it anymore? You guard words and you hold talk of anything but the war. Just reach out over the distance and let him know you're there, and hope he ain't gone too far or forgotten how to care, how to care. When you sing, do you sing for the man who's broken? Do you sing for the man who stands alone? Do you sing for the endless list of names etched in marble stone, etched in marble stone? living in America, the dream started to go a little bit sour, and I realized that there were some fantastic experiences I was having there, but it wasn't my culture. And I needed to get back to Europe, where I felt that I belonged. And so I said farewell to the big record company I was signed to, and went back to Britain and started right at the bottom again in the little folk clubs, which I actually love. And this song is about getting back to something or someone you love, and it's called Back Home to You, and it has a chorus which would be great if you sang it. I knew you'd be enthusiastic about this. And all you have to do is sing, and I've got to get back home to you, sweet love. I've got to get back home to you. Okay? We'll practice it first, all right? And I've got to get back home to you, sweet love. I've got to get back home to you. Try it. And I've got to get back home to you, sweet love. I've got to get back home to you. The rain is beating hard and cold on my window pane. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm awake again. I know the phone won't ring at this time of day. Even if it did, I wouldn't know what to say. And I've got to get back home to you, sweet love. Got to get back home to you. When the music played so sweet, we dancing in time. I tripped over my left feet and I stepped out when I came to my senses. Looked around, you were gone. The dance floor was empty, I was dancing alone. And I've got to get back home to you, sweet love. I've got to get back home to you. I'm gonna buy a black guitar, I wanna play blues. I'll take a ski jacket, a pair of alligator shoes. I'll maybe try a slide guitar, I just love the sound it makes. When it comes down to the wire, I'll do what it takes. And I've got to get back home to you, sweet love. I've got to get back home to you. I write you a poem I've not before. Tokens of a bit's love, don't need more. It's gotta be fundamental, I know you want it right true. I'll give you all I've got, cause I owe it all to you. And I've got to get back home to you, sweet love. I've got to get back home to you. And I've got to get back home to you, sweet love. I've got to get back home. I've got to get back home. I've got to get back home to you. are certain people that you will find in any bar in the world. They're all the same. There's the lonely people. There's the crazy people. You know, the crazy guy who sits next to you, wants to tell you his story and thinks you're his best friend. It's usually a man. And you buy the drink and then they move off to someone else. You know what I mean? The lonely people sitting in the corner. I sat down on the back of their new car. But importantly, I realized then, and this was it, realized then that I would find all of this I would be interested in becomes what I'd find in a bar somewhere in the world. Somehow a bar acts as a cosm for life. And this was the first song to go in that new direction I was taking, and it win or lose. The chorus says, win or lose, what matter to you? Everybody's doing what they have to do. And like it or not, you're out of it too, and you're a long way from home. There's a bar in Brussels and it looks the same as a bar in Paris with a different name. It reminds me of a in Amsterdam. All look the same. And there's always a door behind the bar. Well, take your money, it's the jar. He's a great friend, but it's better than drinking on your own. Win or lose, what's it to you? Everybody doing what they have to. And like it or not, you're part of it too. And you're a long way from home. And the joke couldn't please me, and every friend says you sometime way back when. Buy him a drink, he'll try it again, and you'll see him every night. And back in the corner there's a lonely guy, says dying for sure, he's lonely. Maybe tomorrow he'll give another try. He's gotta make it through the night. Make it through the night. Win or lose, what matter to you? Everybody doing what they have to do. Like it or not, you're part of it too, and you're a long way from home. The lady who stops gives you a smile, says like your music, says she's your style. Maybe she'll let stop and stay a while, pass the night away. But there's always a morning to that, when your eyes won't open and your throat tight, when everything's and nothing's right, and you don't know what to say. You don't know what to say. Win or lose, what's matter to you? Everybody's doing what they have to, and like it or not, you're part of too, and you're a long way from home. Win or lose, what's it matter to you? Everybody's doing what they have to. Like it or not, you're part of it too, and you're a long way from home. Long way from home. And this, it came from that exact experience. It's called Los Compañeros, which means comrades. And it came from sitting with a marvelous old man in his 80s for us while he told me his stories of when he fought in the revolution. And watch his face and the body language was fascinating, as well as list of the stories. And it seemed for those 2 or 3 hours, a young man, strong and idealistic, I didn't believed in. and then the sadness of having lost some of his friends who'd been killed, and the fact that the revolution had not succeeded, where, as I sang the song, 10 buys you a woman or buy a tank of gasoline, those are not the vows they fought for. And then he left the bar and never him again. But some time later, this is the song that came out. And the chorus says, once we were bold arrows, running from Florida Keys, and on the beach at Santiago, Cuba, we were fighting with Fidel and me. Now you see them in old Havana, playing cards or smoking cigars, and they're pushing chromium fist on their big old Yankee cars. Mels in La Cladosa, drinking rum, watching the girls. He whistles at the beautiful Maria, and she smiles and tosses her girls. Bartender strums his guitar and plays out in the street. Maria moves with a passion as her body sways in the heat, and the old guys are smiling with pleasure. For a moment they're young and they're strong, and the young girls are giving them flowers as they sing every song. And one old compañeros in guns from the Florida Keys, on the beach at Santiago de Cuba, we're fighting Fidel and Che. We talk about the great revolution in words of sadness and pride, and melodies are the scars that he bears. He drank for friends who died. We were far, we were poor, we were hungry. All we wanted was our own land. We would fight for our wives and children, and freedom for every man. Once we were bold compañeros, running guns from the Florida Keys, at Santiago de Cuba, we were fighting with Fidel and Che. Now the Yankees, they come for the fish, and their pockets are loaded with green. $10 won't buy a woman a tank of gasoline, and the youngs are leaving the night, and the old guys have nothing to say. And well, on drink the past, and he'll drink it away. Ah, but once we were both compañeros, runs on the Florida Keys, the beach at Santiago de Cuba, we were fighting with Fidel and on the beach at Santiago de Cuba, fighting Fidel and Che. The metaphor is walking the high wire. It means, you know, in this where the guy's along the wire and he's balancing like that. Well, we tend to lead our lives this way because I don't want to fall. But what the song says, if something there, and it or she is very attractive, don't throw it, jump and see what happens. You just know the sideshow in a backseat carnival. I was walking the highway, trying not to fall. Just another way heading through. Knew, but it was you. It was just another show, and I was trying not to fall. You would tell soft summer wind, someone to remember when the cold closes in. You were colored to the moon, your flowers come to bloom with sweet perfume, and you were tender as soft summer wind. I've seen the dark side when I'm trying to find light. Seen the shadows fade away on the wrong side of night. Heard a song coming through, and when I'm looking for you, I sing blue. Too long on the dark side to find the light. Just another sideshow, and I was trying not to fall, trying not to fall. All of these songs sound so much better with a glass of wine, you know. Next song is about a place that existed in Paris called the Beat Hell. And I became fascinated with the place, really cheap hotel. But it was full of artists and poets like Ginsberg, Caro went there, Burroughs was there, Gregory Corso was the great poet. And whatever, and kind of strange people as well. As I say, I became fascinated with this, and then this song came out in Germany actually. About 3 o'clock in the morning I started writing it. The Beat Hotel, remember, you got to join in again at the Beat Hotel. Yeah, you can do it. No, you can. I have the greatest trust in your ability. Yeah, just be laid and funky for a while. Paris 96, number 10 Rue Gilles is out and everybody's beating on the door. Damn rush you let you in, just ring the bell. Welcome to Nirvana at the Beat Hotel. Smell of Pernod, a Gauloise cigarette. It's a congregation, but you ain't nothing yet. An old invitation, an essential clientele, all looking for Nirvana at the Beat Hotel. They look for it in New York City and San Francisco Bay. They bebop jazz, and it blew them all. They tried every avenue. I said, what the hell? We're looking in Paris at the hotel. Boris came up Tangiers and Ginsberg from New York. Kerouac came up Italy and sat out in the park. Gregory Corse came and went. He's at no one can tell. He's still king for Nirvana at the B Hotel. Take me to your leader, take me to the man. Someone's got the answers, got the plan. If you're looking in the alley, if you're looking in bars, find it in the gut, looking at the stars. The band of poets, Chris Stew, a new beat generation, searching for news, and found it in arms of a big mademoiselle, looking for Nirvana at the Beat Hotel. Room down to 40, but you can sleep out in the hall. For a few on teams you can get and can write your poems on. And marijuana with Turkish toilets smell pop Nirvana at the Beat Hotel. Campbell strums an old tar, someone up in scene. Kerouac's howling poet, and Kerouac's drunk again. The red overdue, there must be something they can sell. Maybe they can sell Nirvana at the Beat Hotel. Someone in photographs takes off her clothes. Marlene's meditating and concentrating her toes. Jazz hides in and curls up in shell. She's communing Nirvana at Beat Hotel. Take me to your leader, take me to the man. Honest the answer, someone's got the perfect plan. If you're looking in the alleys, you're looking in the bar, your face in the gutter, look at ours. They did it for the D, and not get in there. 'Cause fame and wither, when you pay the fare, just this side of heaven and a long, long hell. It's somewhere in Nirvana at the Beat Hotel. Nothing forever, forever's in a rhyme. It's a Buddha connection, and everybody's their time. Want to drink the water, you've got to dig into the water, and maybe then you'll find Nirvana at the Beat Hotel. It was over by 1903, everyone had gone, but they'd opened up the doors, revolution was getting won. And when the poet painted up and they rang the final bell, it was goodbye to Nirvana at the Beat Hotel. The myth has been the truth, and truth can sometimes lie. To see it all what it was, you need to uncorrupt. Was the journey worth? Only time will tell. Still looking for at the Beat Hotel. Take to your leader, take me to the man who's got answers, someone's got their plan. If you're king in the alley, if you're king in bars, you'll find in the gutter, looking at the stars. We're looking at the stars. We're looking at the stars. We're looking at the stars. You know, when you're up with an old friend you haven't seen for a long time, you really want to count, so you go for a good meal, good wine or beer. You tend to get a bit crazy, but it only happens once a year, so what is it? Was a year since we last met, but friends like that you don't forget. 'Cause we go a long way yet, and it's always just same. One more smoke, one more drink, you always get me so I just can't think. I feel such a fool when I fall down drunk and I'm crawling on the floor. I'm thinking of you still, 'cause this we had were real. Maybe we can do it again in crazy Amsterdam. Oh Scott, you're a terrible end. How you do it, I don't understand. Heroic and gambling men, it's always one drink more. I'm thankful still, 'cause the times we had were real. Maybe we can do it again in crazy Amsterdam. Sing it, Scotty, one more time. Out the chords and I'll be fun. You sing the song, I'll sing the highlight, and take me back to when your rock and roll maze keep on going round. Old Chuck Berry and the Promised Land, the people singing and jumping around. Here we go again. I'm thinking of you still, 'cause the times we had were real. Maybe we can do it again in crazy Amsterdam. And I'm thinking of you still, 'cause the times we had were real. Maybe we can do it in crazy Amsterdam. Maybe we can do it again in crazy Amsterdam. So I'm going to finish where I start. This is a song called Kerouac's Dream, and I've talked about Jack Kerouac throughout the evening. Now, go back into the evening when I was standing on as a young kid, jazz bands and the guitar players, 2 or 3 years, and I had stuck in my back pocket the book by Jack Kerouac that played a part in my life. It was called, and is called, On the Road. Classic. I think it was published in the 50s, but it's been a classic, still in print. And it's a book, great adventure, 2 guys traveling across America. Imagine you're 16 years old and you read this book. I'm going to do that. Let's get out there. And that I could do that if I practiced the guitar thumb out. And that's all I had to do. So a lot to Jack. I mean, along the way I was reading I was quite reading 16th century poet Herrick and Shakespeare and choral music and the blues, and this stuff was coming at me until I got this book and I thought, okay, I know what I'm doing. So this song I wrote many years later when I was reminded about the book, and it's called Kerouac's Dream, and it's really what I've lived doing. If you want the poems, if you want to write stories, you've got to get out road there and fun. We're all there waiting for you. It's a song, and this guy wrote it for daughter, but it's a song for anyone who's going through a bad time, someone who's very to you, love, friend, partner, child. Way of saying, well, don't worry, you're going through a bad time. You've got no dreams. Well, I'll do the dreaming for you until you get your own back again. Some dreams are big, some dreams are small. Some dreams are carried away on the wind and never dreamed at all. Some dreams tell lies, some dreams come true. I've got a whole lot of dreams I can dream for you. If not for me, if not for you, I'd be dreaming all day, I wouldn't know what to do. I'd hang around, I'd lose my way. I'd put off what I couldn't do for another day. Some dreams are big, some dreams are small. Some dreams are carried away on the wind and never dreamed at all. Some dreams tell lies, some dreams come true. I've got a whole lot of dreams I can dream for you. I've spent my life hung up on dreams. I'll float along like a summer cloud, or so it seems. I get it wrong, most things I do, but I can write a song, this one's for you. Some dreams are big, some dreams are small. Some dreams are carried away on the wind and never dreamed at all. Some dreams tell lies, some dreams come true. I've got a whole lot of dreams I can dream for you. Some call it fate, some call it chance. Some call it waiting around for someone to ask you to dance. If I had my way, if I could call the tune, you wouldn't have to wait, 'cause I'd dance you around the moon. Some dreams are big, some dreams are small. Some dreams are carried away on the wind and never dreamed at all. Some dreams tell lies, some dreams come true. I've got a whole lot of dreams I can dream for you. Last time, come on. Some dreams are big, some dreams are small. Some dreams are carried away on the wind and never dreamed at all. Some dreams tell lies, some dreams come true. I've got a whole lot of dreams I can dream for you. I've got a whole lot of dreams I can dream for you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Great.